Happenin.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 4.
We back.
We are back.
We are back.
We are back of the faded hour. So happy to have you here, honey. I missed you.
Oh yes, it's been a crazy week.
How's your
such
week
a crazy
been?
week. It's been so good.
Yeah.
It's crazy that like everything is back open here in California. So like, it's just been on.
I don't know.
I know people that have been out every single day of the week.
day.
Even Monday.
Even Monday. They don't fucking care.
No break.
They don't fucking care. They're like, I'm going out, honey. I think the last time that we talked on the podcast, it was the partying episode.
Yeah.
Which was hilarious. Oh, shout out to Figga. We miss you so much, Figga.
We miss you too, man.
We miss you. Figga is out, but he'll be back shortly. He'll be back soon. So, yeah.
Shout out to everyone who's working and handling their business. And that's exactly what Figga's doing right now. So,
at the end of the day,
hats off to you.
We miss you so much. So,
get your ass back.
Right. But yeah, I mean, like last week's episode was partying.
And then we partied.
And then we literally partied. I mean, we weren't the ones like how he just said, like we went out every day, even though in my mind I wanted to be that.
Right. I wanted to be there too. Like,
we needed to get some work done. But when it was finally a Friday night, when it was finally a Saturday night, last Saturday, our shit is going to WeHo.
Oh, yeah.
I think you guys heard us talk about that the last podcast. Our shit is WeHo.
Oh, yeah. We bounce around, but it's always WeHo.
It is always like WeHo is
poppin'.
home. Like I've gone to many clubs. I've gone to straight clubs. I've gone to gay clubs. I've gone to Latin clubs. I've gone to black clubs. I've gone to Korean clubs. We've gone to all of them because we like to party. There is just nothing like West Hollywood.
And speaking of partying at WeHo, it's Pride weekend, y'all.
It's Pride weekend. Well, it's Pride month for one.
Yeah.
But, honey.
Happy Pride, everybody.
Happy Pride, everybody. Yeah. And so actually, speaking of that, today's episode, we are talking about Pride. That is the topic of the week. And it just was very fitting because it's Pride month. We're very prideful.
Yeah. And it's another lit topic, too. Like, I don't know about y'all, but, like, usually I started going to Pride back when I lived in Detroit, and like Detroit Pride is crazy. Like as far as like the festival goes, like there's like a stage that's underground that everyone's dancing in. Like like in a whole like it used to be like a parking structure, and like but they set up a stage inside. There's DJs up in there. Like
damn,
it's crazy. So like I'm used
to
like
go to Detroit.
Right? No, we're going. We're going.
We
October.
are going.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
Detroit is it's lit.
I couldn't even imagine. Like I want to imagine, but it's like
it's crazy.
I won't be able to.
So like speaking of Pride and everything like that, like aside from the actual history of it and everything, like my coming into the community, like where I'm from, like Pride was always just like a lit weekend. Like wherever the festival went, like that everyone prepared for that. You know what I mean? Like I still do that no matter what city I'm at.
Yeah.
Because that was the thing in Phoenix too.
You just know that it's gonna be the most turned, fun, accepting, freeing experience that you're gonna have.
It's so great. Like
that's why when people try to like diss on the month or diss on the day, diss on the festivals, diss on the parades, it's just like, have you even gone?
Right, and that's the thing too. Like it's literally just a celebration. That really is what it is.
I'm like, so if you're hating on people celebrating themselves, then like who's the real
Who's the real bad person?
Who's the real bad person? So get the hell out of here. You can be nomadic, gay, straight up, bad, lesbian, like that's how I feel. Like no matter what your orientation is, your sexual identity, your preferences, whatever. Like Pride is it's a great place to go. And when was the last Pride that you went to?
It's all the good vibes. The last Pride I went to was in Phoenix.
No.
Yeah, we didn't go together. I went to Phoenix.
Your last Pride was in LA.
No, it was in Phoenix.
Oh, so you went to Phoenix Pride after that?
I went to Phoenix Pride because, like, let's not even talk about what my LA Pride experience was.
Oh, my God. And I met him that year, and I just remember the friend that introduced me to you, them telling me about what happened at that Pride. I'm like, oh, no. Like, I didn't even know you, but I was like...
I had VIP and everything, too. I lost my wallet. My wallet had $1,000 cash in there, too. Like, it was crazy. It was crazy. I still had a good time, though. I was lit. My friends were like Johnny on the spot, and they were like, "Listen, like you just lost all that, but we're still gonna get you super drunk.
We're still gonna get you drunk. We're still gonna get turned up. I mean, granted, when you wake up the next morning, you're still gonna be like, fuck, you know.
Oh yeah, it
I'm out of $1,000.
I had to recoup that.
Yeah,
like, you know what I mean. But it is what it is. Like it was still great. I love it. No, every city I've been to a Pride festival, Like, especially after being as involved in the Phoenix scene as I was when I lived there, like, I really appreciate it. It's not even, to me, it's just like, I'm celebrating who I am. You know what I mean? Like, I'm celebrating myself, I'm celebrating my friends.
Yes.
And I'm celebrating people who aren't normally celebrated, which that's what I like even more about it, too.
Yeah. No, I love that 100%. Like, that's what it's about. And that's why it's like this month is so important. And I'm not going to lie to you, I do like how the media is presenting.
It feels weird to me.
It does. That's why I was just gonna say that. I like it, but it feels weird.
Right. And I don't know about any of you too, but like, let us know if you're feeling weird about it too, because literally, like, I see companies with pride colors in their logos on social media, and I'm like, I never thought that I would see like even colognes and perfumes like have bottles with the colors on it and stuff.
You know, a little bit of it just seems like clout. And, like, that's what I don't like. Like, you're only, like, riding this bandwagon because so many people are involved in the LGBTQIA community. It's like, you feel like that's going to be something that brings people in. Because best believe, West Hollywood is a place that has the flag up all year.
It's in the crosswalk.
Yeah. So what you're doing is just having the flag up just for the month of June,
right,
just for that, you know, kind of like how I was walking from a friend's performance last night and I saw like a Black Lives Matter poster in somebody's window. And it kind of made me think like that time that it happened, I think that was around like last year, June, like that movement, like we're not in that time anymore. I mean, obviously it's still a conversation, but as huge as it was in June, like George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, that whole time when we were marching, that was that time. It was a movement. Yeah. So to see them with that poster up still, it was just like, yeah, because all year round Black Lives Matter. Exactly. So when I see you with like a pride flag in your window for just the month of June, I mean, to an extent, I'm happy about it. Yeah. Thank you so much. I love that. But a little bit of me is like,
That's how I feel about some companies too. So like, I don't know about y'all and if anyone else wants to comment or anything of that nature, but just like you said, like it's like you kind of like some of them kind of come off as you're doing it for the clout or coming off as, and maybe let me know if any of you feel the same way as far as like they're only doing this so that way people aren't like, you don't like the gays. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like if you don't have the pride color, then you're a bigot.
I know. And even from that like point of view too, I feel like that sucks. Because just because I'm not talking about it, that doesn't mean that I hate you. Like it doesn't have to be like I'm on your side as an ally or I'm your enemy. Like it doesn't, I think that there is a middle. It's just like, hey, I'm not even thinking about it.
I relate to that too, just because like I'm not the kind of person who like touts around my sexuality either. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like I like in my perfect world, like we don't have to do that.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Like it's a part of me, but it's not.
Just be as we are.
Exactly. Like it's a part of me, but it doesn't have to be like on my name tag.
Yeah.
Hi, my name is Nastachia and I'm da-da-da-da.
Right, like my mother doesn't go around saying she's with men.
Yeah, like, yes, like that is the perfect argument to it. Like, that is exactly what it is.
Happy Pride, y'all, again.
Yes, and happy Pride.
Shout out to everybody who's came out. Shout out to everyone who is still figuring that out. Shout out to everyone who is afraid to do so. And you have two allies in both of us, too, especially we're both in it. You feel.
Yeah. So comment down below, you know, what this experience this year, because not only is it Pride Month, but it's Pride Month on like the first year since the pandemic that things are going back to normal.
I know, it makes it even better that way, right? Because like we can celebrate together like in our spaces.
Yes. You know what I mean? Oh, I didn't even think about that. Yeah. Like that is so true. Like I couldn't even imagine already like what you were going through and then had to deal with that alone. But it's like Pride is us coming together, and now we're being able to actually come together. It's no virtual. Granted, there are still a lot of virtual things going on, but we're out here. Oh yeah, we're out here. We're celebrating together. All of us are.
California's open.
Yeah, it's open. We're still being safe though. We're not out here swapping spit. I mean.
Well, as much as some of y'all want to.
Right? You know, we not out here being reckless, but it's just like we have been.
Our spots are back. We've been talking about this for over a year. We've been talking about the last time we've been out, talking about the last time we were out there just tearing it up. And like, we're both the kind of people that just get all the attention when we do that.
Yo, honey. Because me and this guy over here, I mean, like, that was our thing. Like, doing whatever work that we had to do during the day, and then Friday night we go out and we have a great time.
Yeah, we hustle during the week, and then we work
really
hard
did.
and play hard. Like literally that.
Harder.
Exactly. Like that statement is our lives. Like
so
for real.
Throughout the whole pandemic, like when we did finally start hanging out with each other and spending our Friday nights together, literally we would have fun, but every conversation would be like, I miss WeHo.
Right.
I can't wait to go back out. I can't wait to, and not even just WeHo, just partying. Period.
Just going out.
Like
period.
just
because we'll go anywhere.
Go
like
to
it doesn't
lunch.
have to be a gay bar.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Go to lunch, go to dinner, go to something. Just
the
movies,
last thing we did was just go out to eat at a ramen restaurant.
We got ramen
that was
together.
it. We had that little dinner date, and then
literally the next day we text each other like, "Wow, the world shut down."
Yeah.
So. But I mean, going back to just what this month represents for all of us and how much fun all of us are having through this month, it's so good.
Right.
Like, it just makes me feel so happy.
Y'all can thank the gays for California being open again.
Thank the gays, thank the gays, thank the gays. Actually, we're about to go out right after tonight, so we're about to film this podcast.
Speaking of WeHo, that's what we're going after this.
For real. Oh my God. What is, I guess, is it the word prideful? Like, I would say, what is something that you're prideful
I mean, like,
about?
I
thought being prideful was a bad thing.
You know what? It's honestly, I'm more appreciative
Or proud
of.
of.
Yeah,
what
like what you're proud
of. Sorry.
How do you pride?
This is the faded hour. Sorry, guys.
Yes.
But
no,
yeah,
like,
I mean, what's something that you're proud of within yourself through this year?
You know, honestly, I'm proud of the progress. And the reason why I say that is because, like, I was born during a time where, like, this was still a very controversial thing. You know, there were pride festivals that I was aware of growing up and everything, but I grew up in a very religious family, and so, like, from the get-go, it was always taught to me that, like, it's bad, this is all bad, right? But that's how the mainstream media was, too, when I was a kid. So it was great. Like, I remember when it was first legalized for marriage at the I cried too. I cried.
I was younger, but I was very aware of what's going on now. Like,
yeah,
goodness gracious.
And like going from mainstream media portraying that in a negative way to now companies fighting each other, which is the other flip of that coin that we were talking about earlier, is I do appreciate the fact that mainstream media is now not painting me in a way that I didn't tell them to, or like it's not my personality.
Total side note with that, though, I was watching a video on YouTube, and it was a guy discussing how all majority of villains in like Disney movies, they come off very they come off very gay, like Jafar, Hades. But then that person was like, but Hades was kind of like butch with it, like Hades could kind of pass, but even the devil on the Powerpuff Girls, he talks like this.
Yeah, he's a gay icon.
Literally, yes. His little spiky heels.
Okay, do y'all remember the devil from Dexter's Lab? Yes. Because he was also a gay icon too, with his whole ass out. Yeah. With his mom tattoo on it, right? Didn't he have a tattoo on it? But then he would talk like this, so it's just like it was great.
That is so fucking true. Right? Like, he really went down the list of like all villains and the number one villain was Scar.
Oh yeah.
The number one villain is Scar.
Oh, you already know.
Like, come on now. Like literally Scar, gay icon. How do you do the accent or the
devil?
Yeah.
Hello. He was
like,
my
that
favorite.
Is good.
Like the way that he laughed too and everything, just like the whole like that was the classic like villain cartoon character growing up as a 90s kid too, like especially, you know what I mean? Like, but
it's crazy, like it's sad when you think about it that like that is what they projected gays are. Like that is, you gave them that because even Ursula's a gay icon.
Yeah. I mean, like, if you think about it, like, even, no matter where you're from or what city you're from or whatever, the all-encompassing, like, community, like, we fought very hard. You know what I mean? And not even us necessarily, and like, even though we've fought for certain things too, but, you know, it's just crazy to see, like, all the progress, but at the same time, like, remembering who sacrificed a lot of things for us to get there, like Marsha P. Johnson. And
I think too it was being gay people of color.
And if
like
you are
that's
gay
even that's
and you
even,
don't know your history, you need to learn it.
Yes, please. I'm just at least the month of June.
Watch Paradise is Burning or Paris is Burning.
Not Paradise.
Cut that
Paradise is burning.
We're gonna cut that part out.
No, we're keeping that shit, bitch. Paradise is burning. I love that.
Yeah, no, it's just
do your history.
Really should, because people,
history.
A lot of people have sacrificed a lot of things, including their lives, for us to be where we're at. You feel me? So it's like,
I know,
so
but
like,
it just makes me so
that's
grateful.
Why we celebrate.
It's a celebration. Rick James, it's a celebration.
Celebration, bitches. Show Charlie Murphy your titties.
Yes. I give them titties 4 thumbs down.
The milk's gone bad.
That is hilarious. I can't do that. If y'all don't know what we're talking about, we are talking about Dave Chappelle with Charlie Murphy. Come on now. If you guys don't know that.
If you don't at least know the Rick James sketch, then
Dave Chappelle is not even a gay icon, but he's a gay icon.
He's not, but he's funny as hell.
I love it so much.
Hell yeah.
You know, one thing I think that I'm like proud of just overall, I think it's the kind of like the same thing. Just how media has just shifted the narrative to us not being what we just talked about right now, and us being uplifting leaders, figures that we're making a difference. You know, we're not just the gay best friend. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like we're actually front runners. We're
people.
You know what I'm trying to. We're people. We're not just like.
And we should all be looked. We should all be looked at in the same light. There shouldn't be a different color spotlight when it's shined on someone who is gay, just because of what their preference is for the people they like or who they sleep.
Yeah,
like,
it's like, honey, you're not in the
application. It's not a qualification.
I think that's the worst thing for me. It's like, honey, you not there. Like, so why do you care? Why do you care who I'm sleeping with? You know what? It's because you want to sleep with me. There you go. There you go.
You want some of these cakes.
You want some of these cakes. These cakes. I'm sorry. I'm still just hooked on that dude's voice that she do. That shit, can you do it for me one more time?
Hello.
That kind of sounds like Mrs. Doubtfire. Hello.
It really did. That's how he talked, though. Like, he was the greatest. I loved him.
I love it.
What was it from? It was what was it? I am Weasel, and IR Baboon, and then it was the devil character too. I think, right? I think he was in that, or that he was the villain. That devil character from Dexter's Lab. Yeah.
It's just like, come on, because we grew up on that shit. So
yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
you're right.
You know, even with some, I think one conversation that's always been funny when it came to gayness is SpongeBob. We love SpongeBob.
Oh my god!
Like, we love SpongeBob.
If you haven't been extremely faded and watched SpongeBob, like as
an adult, like guys.
Only season 1 and 2.
Only season 1 and 2. Yeah. Ooh.
Only the OGs.
Oh, yeah. I think everybody as a collective could be like, yeah. After season 3, I'll give it season 3 because I think the conch shell was season 3. No, conch shell was like season 2.
I think that was 2. Yeah.
Whatever, but
either way, the OG episodes were just so good.
They were so good. I liked the animation. I don't know, the animation now is just too.
I just love how they draw
perfect now. Like, it's just
characters.
Too perfect. I don't like it.
Like, my favorite reaction pictures for Twitter.
Oh my god.
Texting her. You know what I mean? I find all of like the pictures of like the crazy drawings.
All
of, like,
we do
even
is
Mr. Krabs and like the characters too. Like,
all we do is send SpongeBob memes to each other, but he sends the funniest ones. Like
I find the crazy
this
ones.
motherfucker over here just got the memes on lock. Like, I don't
really
understand. You really do.
I really do.
But I mean, as far as like the gay conversation when it came to SpongeBob, I think it's just like, can you just let the motherfucker be?
Right. It's just like there's always some people who have something to say. You feel me? Like, there's always some hater that like.
But even them like making it seem like Squidward is like that gay. He's like the mean gay.
You know,
like,
he kind of is.
He be giving me those vibes sometimes.
I kind of have that vibe too, as far as like how sassy Squidward is. Like,
yeah,
because if somebody like has me messed up,
You know what? No, it's the episode. Actually, it's our favorite episode.
The Hashling and Slasher.
No. It's when he stinks.
Oh yeah.
And he's literally him and Patrick they are on the top of SpongeBob's roof, and SpongeBob's like, "Say it, I'm ugly and I'm proud." And by the end of it, SpongeBob's like, "I'm ugly and I'm proud. I'm ugly and I'm proud." And it's fucking Squidward on top of his house, like sunbathing with his glasses on. He's like, "Is that what you call it?" I'm like, that's a shady ass gay, okay?
Yo, like my favorite was when that big fish like walks up to Squidward at the register, and like before the fish says anything, Squidward's like, "Let me guess, you want a salad?" That's me.
Yeah,
that was me when I worked in the food industry. Like I was that person. But speaking of pride stuff though, like I let my gayness come out as a server.
When this one was in the food industry, the stories he would tell me about how he would treat customers, I'd be like, work.
Listen,
fucked up, but
I
work.
did not care about my job. And
I mean, it wasn't a job to care about.
I got a raise, and I didn't.
No, you fucking didn't.
I did. I got a raise after a couple months. That's the funniest thing I've ever heard.
I know, right? You got a raise.
I didn't do shit. What I'm telling y'all, like one time
this one was the worst.
Speaking of pride, I went out on a pride weekend and went in the next day, and I was so like hungover, like whatever you want to call that feeling after being like extremely faded. Girl, I forgot how to do my job. Like I forgot how to open the restaurant. I legit looked at my coworker and I was like, "All right, girl, listen." I was like, "This is gonna be weird. And don't ask me no questions, but I'm going to ask you questions." How do I do my job? And when I tell you, she looked at me like, and I said, "Girl, I was out all night."
You know what?
I was out until
this
5.
No, this one over here is so fucking notorious. Like me, I am the person that it's 2:00, everything is closed. All right, yeah, it's time to kick it back home because we go hard. This one over here would go to the after hours and then would have to open like 2 hours after the after hours ended. So he comes home,
take a little nap,
if even though this should be full blown 6 to 8 hours of sleep, and would go to his 6 to 8 hour shift.
Yep.
I'd always be like, I don't know how the fuck you do it. I mean, in theory, I could, but it's just like the job that I had, I'd have to stand.
I literally do not know where I get my energy from. Yeah, I was standing up.
I'm standing up.
I don't know how.
And not only standing up, but like thriving at work.
Oh yeah.
Like it's not like you're like, fuck.
I'm still being sassy with all the customers and everything, and
that's the one thing about Pride Month is that I go so hard that if I have something that I need to do the next morning, it's like
I feel empowered during Pride Month. Not gonna lie, like I feel like I turn.
Do you have superpowers during Pride?
Yeah, the "Move I'm Gay" meme. That's me during Pride Month. And then if servers take too long to serve me, it's a hate crime.
You are that person.
Yeah.
Bullshit to those people. Don't be that. Do not follow his lead. Don't be that person.
It works. I'm just kidding.
It works. It does work.
I jokingly say that to people, though, but like, I'm not for real.
He's not joking.
No, I'm not.
Oh my God.
But yeah, like.
So what's one thing during Pride Month that you're like, yeah, I did that?
You know what?
It doesn't matter whatever it is.
When I lived in Phoenix, shout out to Phoenix. Because the Phoenix community does a lot of fundraising for sending members of the community out to college. So there's actually a Pride Scholarship Fund, and all of the bars come together and do fundraising. There's a drag pageant that happens. All the drag queens that are members of the community, they all fundraise to like help fund the scholarship fund, right? Mm-hmm. And I helped somebody that was like part of that whole scene, and we ended up raising the most money out of everybody too. So that was pretty cool, but. I had it was the gayest shit I ever did. I had like these sequin blue sequin suspenders on.
I think the gayest thing you've ever done is do drag.
Yeah, I did that too.
Yeah.
But it was fun though. Mm-hmm. I came in more like to myself during that period of time as well. So like after like especially like being in drag and like experiencing that side of the community and like getting more involved into the arts of the LGBTQIA community. It's just like it was great. Like that's what I'm the most proud of. I'm the most proud of the fact that like it's a time of year where we all can come together and you know, you go out to like straight bars or whatever, and you can still have a good time with strangers, like depending on where you're at.
Yeah,
but like,
sure,
no matter where you go, that is like one of our spaces. Like you will find people that will welcome
weird.
you.
It's like it's literally a community. Now, granted, one thing about the community that still needs a lot of work is still the prejudice in it.
Oh yeah.
Because and it just baffles me. How can you be an oppressed people and still oppress? When it's like we already have to, you know, walk into this life being looked at a certain kind of way, probably not getting advantages that other people that are not like that, people that are not of color, people that are not, you know, of gay orientation.
It's insane to me.
It honestly
really
is.
It's insane to me because it's crazy that like within our community where we all are going through the same thing against the rest of society, right? But it's like you think that members of our community would be more akin to be able to empathize with other
being
groups
able to
that
empathize.
are being
and that's
oppressed.
what I was saying at the end of the day. We can't be like the people that are like, yeah, we're a community and equality and this is love, but it's like I've been in so many situations where it's like,
you know what?
It doesn't really feel like that.
Prevalent. It's so prevalent. It's honestly disgusting to me because for those of you who don't really know or like have not been around the community, like racism is a very rampant thing in the gay community, and it's sad. It's really sad. I mean, racism in any way, shape, or form, no matter which community it's in, is sad and disgusting.
It really is.
But the fact that it does happen within the LGBT community of all people, like we all have one commonality, and that is that we are being oppressed for loving
who we want to love, loving who we do love, loving for a lot of us that we didn't even choose that. This is just
even
all
if you're
that
not a
know.
love person, just for being you.
Yeah, for you being you.
So you think you would be able to empathize.
And like, because it like the community is known for being a community. That's why it's called the community.
We're all
like
supposed
it is
to be
known it's supposed to be. So that's why it's like when I see moments where it's not that kind of equality. But then again, it's like I would be foolish to think that there's equality in anything. Right. There's no equality. I don't even think equality is a thing.
If there's anything I've learned in my lifetime and like me coming into myself as a gay man, it's to never assume anything anymore. Yeah. And even that even applies
But
to
when
the
somebody
community.
is telling you, I'm who I am, you would want to think that they are who, because what time do you have wasting on not telling the truth?
And you know what? Something to take away from that, from like y'all that are listening to, is like honestly and truly.
You're gay? No, I'm just kidding.
Wait, you're gay?
I love it. I'm sorry.
But, no, we have fun, but like honestly, like we need to normalize calling those people out. Yeah. And not just on Twitter. I'm talking like if you see somebody saying something like messed up. For instance, if you're in one of our spaces and you see someone talking some racist shit, say something.
Call that motherfucker out. What'd you say?
What'd you say? Because
you know they will scurry to the corner once they realize that majority rules. Mm-hmm. You know, I think that the only time that people really feel like they can oppress is when the majority rules of oppressors. Yep. So if we're all ganging up on this person and oppressing them, it's easier to oppress. But if that one person, if another person stood next to that person and the crowd gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, you will get overthrown. Shut the fuck up.
There are a lot more people.
Oh, honey.
Than what you think.
And trust and believe that some of those people that are oppressing, they are a part of us, too, which is the most funniest part, too. But as far as, like, you know, the one thing about the gay community, which I'm not proud of, is the inequality. Because we love WeHo. Yeah, love West Hollywood. But one thing about West Hollywood that I was talking to one of our mutual friends, he's a gay black man, and you know who you are if you're listening to this. So if you ever want to get on the podcast, please let us know. Yes, but I don't want to just like out our conversations because what the fuck.
We're not going to name drop.
No, we're not going to do that.
Unless you want to be named
Unless you do, but that's weird as fuck. So our mutual gay black male friend, me and him a few days ago were talking about how in West Hollywood there are no black or any people of color waiters, dancers, anything. Yeah. Anything. All of the servers, the bartenders, the dancers, all of them are white men. Shout out to those white men. Love you. You guys are sexy as hell. But it's just like, or if they are people of color, they're white passing. So it's a feeling of just like, okay, I know that there's a beauty standard in life. We can never get away of that. Right. There's always going to be a beauty standard that you're either a part of that standard or we will never live up to that. But it's like, you cannot tell me that white man is the only beauty standard in the gay community. Like, are you kidding me? Like, And like I said, shout out to them. I'm never going to be a discriminator. I'm never.
Listen,
I'm not that.
If there is one place to break the mold as far as norms in society, it's in our community.
It's our community. You would think. I mean, but granted, it's crazy that me and him had that conversation because then a few days later, he ended up, Niko ended up texting me that person ended up getting a job out there.
Shout out to you and congratulations on that
congratulations.
Job. And congratulations to this bar for making the move of finally breaking that.
I want to say too, when majority of your patrons are people of color, how dare you?
Yeah.
Like, you're making money off of us. At least like put us in the mix of what's going on. But I mean, that is a totally different conversation when it comes to supremacy, white supremacy. You know, it is what it is. Yep. You know,
but those roots are deep, and those roots even extend to the LGBT community too, where people think that it's all encompassing, welcoming, and that's not the case. So like any of you who aren't really out yet, or if someone's listening to this and wanting to know more about coming into themselves or like becoming a member of the community, granted there are people like us everywhere, right, that will welcome you and just you will find your spot.
Just have discernment.
But come into it knowing that it's not going to be just all these people empathizing with you just because you are gay or identify as non-straight. Right?
Exactly. So just make sure that you have discernment because, you know, the community is very welcoming and people speak that way, but they're still people at the end of the day, and you can't trust everybody. So just make sure that you have discernment on what family that you put yourself into. We are all a family, but even you don't talk to some of your family members.
We're all not the same family.
Okay, like don't get it twisted. And that's one thing I had to learn too. I mean, I'm thankful for Niko. I really am. I met him at a time where I really needed a home, like emotionally, like a family unit, you know. So I'm like, what we have grown together is so beautiful. And I know we talk about partying a lot, but honey, it is not that. Like,
it's everything.
We are so much bigger than
we're the type of friends that like it's crazy because like I've met friends like this in the community else, like in other cities too, where like it's not just about going out to a gay bar or like going out to the gay places
and sex,
it's
because
like,
that's what a lot of people think,
exactly. And
you know,
and not everybody's even into that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like, I've met a lot of people that we're concerned about each other as far as like our entire livelihood, right? It's not just oh hey, great to see you, let's party and like get drunk or whatever. Like
it's really like you know how you say like we're a family, but like we're not blood.
Yeah.
But it's like we say we're family, like we're part of the community, we're family.
Sis.
I mean like no, this one is really my family. Yep. Like I think he's on at least like one emergency contact.
Oh yeah, you're
list.
on
mine. Like
every time I have a new job, she goes on the contact too. Like
like real shit. Like I think it's because it's like we probably bonded by going out and partying and being proud of who we are as people and being in the community, but then we experienced so many like things with each other where it's like
and went through it and like, saw some good and bad in the community too, and like
this is what tests our friendship. You know, I mean, one of the best things that we've done he came with me to when I was on American Idol, and like I will never freaking forget that. Like,
golden ticket.
Oh my god, like what an amazing time that was. You know what I'm saying? Like I had just gotten out of a relationship that was negative at that time, and I needed the positivity and the love that he gave to me because American Idol wasn't a thing that I needed to go into feeling negative or thinking negative. Yeah. All I needed to do in life was stay positive, stay positive, stay positive, stay positive.
Do your thing, and then whatever happens, like you're there, you're in it.
Yeah, and you did your part, and he was that person for me, and then not only like I was there and I made it there, but then I got the golden ticket and we shared that together, and I will never ever forget that, and I appreciate you so freaking much.
We ate at the same place every day.
Because with the show, like they kept us like quarantined.
Yeah, we were at a hotel room.
Yeah, we were in the Roosevelt Hotel.
I never made a hotel room lit, but we did it.
We figured it out, you know. Obviously, I mean, I was there for a purpose, but I'm like, I'm still gonna live life. It was in the middle. It was in October of 2020. It was like, honey, we really don't have anything to lose. Let's go here and have a great time.
Because like the whole "I'm going to Hollywood" thing that everyone has to do, and it's like we've been in Hollywood. Yeah,
we lived there, so it was like, I'm going to Hollywood, bitch. I live in Hollywood.
The whole time I'm like, I'm back in Hollywood.
But like that experience for me, that was like. I already knew you were my best friend,
Mm-hmm.
so that's why you were there with me. But like, it's moments like that like bring us together, and
Yeah.
the community is what brought us together. I think.
It really is.
I mean, I
You know
got
what I love,
introduced to you
too?
from a gay man.
I remember speaking of when we were working in like food service and stuff like that. I went to where this one was working at, and it was around Christmas time, and I'll never forget it because as soon as I walked in, I see this bright sequin shirt.
Oh yeah,
And it said "Happy Holidays."
Happy Holidays.
And
Yes.
at that moment in time, I was like, "You my girl.
Yeah,
you my girl.
That's my bitch.
Mhm.
That's my
That's
bitch.
my bitch.
Yeah, you can say it.
That's
You
my
can say
bitch.
it. Yes, literally.
But it's just like, I don't know, like, there are pros and cons to the community, of course, you know what I mean? But like, for the most part, there are a lot of us who are on the same page. I feel now, especially like now that it's becoming normal to call people out for the bad things that they do. You know what I mean? It's that's
Like, we're
thing that
standing together.
Yeah.
For one, I'm gonna record you first. So the power of technology, love
Yes.
being in that. But like, not only is everybody around to see this, I can record you now. I can post it up, and all of us that are truly in the community, whether it's virtual or in person, we're gonna stand by you, and we're gonna bump this motherfucker out.
And
Get the hell
people
out of here.
and people who might not even be part of the community will see that and even
Yes,
be like, okay,
it's
that's
the
messed up.
allies.
Yeah.
It's the allies.
Shout out to the allies.
Shout out to the allies. And it,
You know
it
what? And
reminds me of like
shout out to ally parents who are
Yes,
welcoming
that's
to
awesome.
your kids' friends. Because let me tell you, I had a friend's parent like that, and she's saying I still consider
it
her
really
my mom.
freaking makes a difference. You don't understand. I mean, our parents are we look up to you. Like you're the first man and or woman in our lives, so like how you react to things, that like it questions us, it makes us move in that direction. I mean, you guys are everything to us, so it's like you don't understand how powerful being an understanding parent is.
Yep.
And just shout out to you guys.
Yeah, and you know what? We said we're not going to do names. But I'm going to say the nickname. So shout out to Mama Wheezy. You were amazing. I love you so much. I hope everything is still going great in Detroit, and I still think about y'all every day. So
Yes.
I hope everyone
cheers
is
to you
doing
guys.
great. So
It's the
thank you.
faded
I love
hour,
y'all.
so you know we faded, so we took a shot
You
before
already
this.
know.
So clink, clink, imaginary
And we
clink.
took a little puff.
We took a little
puff.
A little puff.
Should we do ASMR out here?
I think we always
Maybe we could do that on the food episode.
I mean, we did that on the first episode.
We did. It was a hit.
You know what? I think Niko just gets off onto like whispering in the microphone.
I really did. Speaking of getting us off, don't forget to check us out on our Patreon.
Yes, guys, check us out on our Patreon.
And get faded with us too, at least.
Get faded with us. The Patreon is patreon.com/thefadedhour. You know, we
Tell
have 4
them about the
different
levels.
tiers. We have a $5 tier that is you are buzzed. So yeah, you just came to the party, you're feeling yourself.
Yeah.
The second tier is $10, and there's so many different things in each tier. So of course you're paying this money to get valuable things. But the second tier is tipsy. That's $10. You've been at the party.
Now you're at the party.
You having a good time. And then
But
the
you
third,
just got there.
You just got there though. You're still working there. And then the third tier is faded.
So now you're with us.
Now you're with us. Now
You just sat down at our table.
Yes, you're finally here at our table. And then the fourth tier is wasted.
It takes a select few to be more than us.
Okay.
All right.
We getting there. We getting there with you. But you came to the party this way. But you know what? We love it.
We do.
So those are our tiers. Check us out on our
And
Patreon.
we appreciate all the support.
We really
All
do.
of it.
Appreciate the support on Spotify. Appreciate the support on YouTube. As you guys know, we have the visual podcast on YouTube. You guys want to check that out.
Oh, yeah.
And just the audio on Spotify. Either way, we just really appreciate you guys, being here and supporting us. We basically told you a little bit of our story during this podcast.
Yeah.
You guys know a little bit of who we are, and we're just two people
opening
living
up.
out here. We're just
You know
trying to
what I mean?
make it in this
Yeah,
life,
exactly. We're hustlers. Figure's a hustler too. Shout out to Figure.
Shout
even though
out
he's
to
not
Figure.
here.
We miss you so much.
We do miss you on here, bro. And
we would have loved to hear your perspective being a
Yeah.
straight black man on this topic. So if you're listening to this, if you want us to do a part 2 on this one day,
Yeah.
because I think that's what the world needs to. We need the conversation from cis straight men as
Yeah.
well, or straight cis women, whatever, because it's like everybody's voice is accounted in
yeah.
any conversation, because
Absolutely.
we could have had this topic be about being straight, which is actually a really good
It could be a good
topic to talk
too.
about too. Yeah, and then that would mean that our voices are
It's different.
necessary too.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
So let us know, how you feel about that. And thank you guys so much for...
And don't forget to send us more topics and stuff, too. I got people from work that come up to me and
I
talk to us
love
about
it
stuff,
so much. Shout out to you guys. I haven't met you yet,
work.
But thank you guys so much for listening.
Thank you for the support. We appreciate that.
It.
Yes.
I think we're going to just go ahead and end this here.
Yeah, we're going to get ready.
Yes. Y'all see the sun is going down behind us.
Yep, the sun is going down.
You know what that means.
It's time to turn up, baby.
It's time to turn up. So, like we said, we really appreciate you guys for tuning in because this was literally just a thought, and out of nowhere, it was like, oh, you guys want to do this? Oh, well, I got the equipment. I got this. I got that. Like, let's freaking do it. And, like, we are really confident on, like, staying consistent and doing this every single week. So let us know what you guys want us to talk about because, I mean, at the end of the day, a podcast is not, like, for us. This is to... engage with
Just to share and open up and like people want to hear what we have to say about things. We figured why not just make that a platform. So
I mean, Pride, at the end of the day, like to end this off, Pride Month so far, well, I mean, by the time that this comes out, I think it'll be June 28th. So it'll be the last week of Pride, but for this month of Pride, it has been one of the best months of my life, a lot of accomplishments, a lot of engaging in the community, and it's really beautiful. I'm really happy that LA opened in the middle of June because we were experiencing Pride, but it wasn't the same thing.
We were all sad because that was the first Pride where it's like, okay, like we're all gotta like be inside.
But we already knew we had to be inside last year, but this year was like a glimmer of hope. Like I'm seeing Miami is open, I'm seeing all of these places are open. So
as soon as I heard California is open again,
it was a wrap. Like we sent text messages to each other, and I remember like being out, and I'm like, you are kidding.
I wish y'all could hear the voice memos that we sent each other. Because she said, what's open? I was like, everything.
Everything.
And then like her response is, bitch, not everything. I still have that shit saved in my phone.
Not everything.
Yeah, just like that. I swear to God, I'm going to use that as my tag for songs. Yes. Like the next beat I produce, I'm going to use that as my tag.
Oh my God, because it was shocking. And it's like we've been seeing everything else open. And I mean, we ended up going to a club before everything was open. So we were like, okay, things are going to open up, but we just don't know when it's literally legal. And he texted me
that week
on the 15th, and I think that next weekend. So last weekend was our first time going out together.
I was like, girl, Tuesday things are open up. And she's like, what do you mean things are open up? I'm like, everything is opening up. Like, you don't even need to wear a mask.
Yeah, we didn't wear a mask.
No, I still wear it in certain situations.
In certain situations, like we said earlier, guys, like be safe. Yeah. But it's like we waited 1.5 years, so it's like we're human. Like we don't fucking care anymore. I want to live my life. I don't want to be restricted from doing things that I want to. Things are opening back up. I'm a singer. I have performances booked. Like yes, like this is what life is. And another thing too, I'm trying to perform at WeHo. So WeHo, if you see this, honey,
let's go.
Look at the material. Look at the videos, honey. I am ready.
Let's fucking go.
Yeah. So that's what we're doing after this is over. We're about to go out, honey.
Back in our element.
Back in our element.
And it feels great. It honestly does feel great. Like
reunited and it feels so good.
Oh, you better give it to him.
Reunited. Copyright. But you know what I meant though. Like
come on, Patreon.
Come on. Guess. You can hear it on the Patreon. But like we're really reunited with it. We were actually just watching videos. What's the one thing you told me we had to talk about? Oh! The last time that we were in WeHo, it was so fucking good because I don't really like it when people buy drinks for me. I'm like, like I don't like it.
The greatest shit happened.
Because it was our first night together. He was living his best life, and I was too. But he was so happy, and I loved it so much. Like he was like, "Let me buy you a drink," and I'm like, no. And he's like, "No, I got you. Like, don't even chips. Like, you know, somebody gonna buy you another drink anyway."
Exactly. I said I'm putting the energy out right now. I'm like, I'm buying you this drink. Someone else is going to buy you a drink. I'm like, straight up.
And then, you want to know what happened?
What the fuck happened
15 seconds later, literally, I turned my head to my left, and there's another patron at the bar, and I guess he sees my face like, oh, shit, you're gorge. And I'm like, you're gorge. And he's like, let me buy you a drink. And I must have looked at this one like, are you fucking kidding me?
And he bought me a motherfucking drink, too.
But it was like, because we're so... Like,
and he got us Douce too. I fucking love Douce. I'm a cognac drinker.
Me and Niko are like so big on manifestation and the secret and the power of the law of attraction. Like we're super big on that.
And like we very much have the energy we put out come back to us when we're out.
But when I'm telling you, like seldom I have like instant like that. I do get instant karma. Like if I did something bad,
Yeah.
so I don't do things bad, but I don't really get instant like
manifestation.
Yeah, like grateful, positive manifestation. When I'm telling you, 15 seconds after he was like, "You gonna get another person to buy you a drink anyway? Shut the fuck up."
Yep, and then
Literally
as
15 seconons later. So I remember just getting the drink, and I'm like, but obviously the guy buying us the drink, he didn't know that this was happening. So I look over to Niko, and I'm like, oh my fucking.
I know we cheers, and she was like, holy shit.
Oh my god, holy shit, man. Literally, I was like, what is happening?
It was instant. And honestly, I've never seen manifestation happen that fast either.
Never.
So that was like a sign to me a little bit too. That,
it was
like,
a sign.
It's real.
And you know what? He was having an amazing week. No, both of us are. Both of us were having an amazing week.
We elevated. We've been elevating. We're still
I think this is just
now.
my bestie. So if he tells me something, it totally overshadows what I have going on. Not because it's better or anything. It's just because I love you so much.
I know. No, same
when you have something going on, I'm thinking of that.
That's how I feel when she tells me she gets booked and everything. Like, I'm like, bitch, okay, yes. Like, let's go.
Another thing too, I have a performance in the Hollywood area July 5th. So if you guys want to attend that, like, hit me up in my DMs. I'm gonna put our Instagrams here.
Check my story too, because once that happens, if y'all are on me or following her, or which you should follow both of us. Hello, but. Keep an eye out for our stories too for the location.
Yeah, guys. I'm gonna put our Instagrams right here, so you guys can see like all the things that we have going on. This podcast is just one out of so many things that we're doing, but
we do all the things.
We're really good friends. We support each other, and I think that another thing about being in the community is supporting us.
Oh yeah.
Like we said earlier, don't just be there for us when we want to party or anything like that. Be there for us when we need a shoulder to lean on. Be there for us when we need people to be there for our shows. Because exactly, like I just went to a friend's show a few days ago, and it's like that's the kind of support that I want people to do for me.
Yeah. And if you're trying to get on here, come on.
Let us know. I mean, honey, this is a safe space.
Yes, it is.
It's a safe space, and we get to just literally talk about anything. Like, we have these microphones, so we can talk about everything. We're not filtered. I want you to be you.
Yeah, we don't script any of this. Literally, every show that y'all are seeing is when this is recording, this is live, and this is just us
it's
really
live.
In there. And
it's live. This is literally just us having a conversation like any other time.
Yeah, exactly. So come talk with us if you're interested in being on a podcast, because we got everything going on.
We got the juice.
Come get faded with us.
I know. Come get faded with us too. Yeah, you didn't even think about that part, right?
Right.
You're coming
and
to
the better treat is we're gonna get you faded. And then we all gonna be faded at the club together after. So
yes,
let's go.
I think that we're gonna make that a ritual. So I just want you guys to know, every time you see our faces after we did this podcast, we went out.
Yep, and we're even more faded than on the show.
I don't think they need to see that though. Yeah. I don't think you need to see.
Yeah, y'all do.
I know.
Y'all want to see that? Yeah. Y'all want to be
okay, maybe on the Patreon. See, that's where the Patreon comes in.
Maybe we'll drop some footage of us out on the Patreon.
Some footage is this. Like we said, thank you guys so much for tuning in. This is Nastachia.
And this is Niko.
And you guys have just listened to the Faded Hour. Catch us next week for another topic. And yeah, au revoir.
Bye.